On the morning of December 26, 2004, a young girl climbed onto the back of a gentle elephant named Ning Nong at a Thai beach resort. Tourists strolled lazily by, the tide was low, and laughter echoed off the water. But Ning Nong stopped moving. His ears flared, his body stiffened. Something was wrong. He turned, slowly at first, then faster, moving away from the sea, not toward it. Moments later, a monstrous wall of water would consume everything behind them. But not her. Not him. What did this elephant sense before any human knew? And why did he risk everything to carry her up that hill? This isn't fiction. It happened. And it may change how you see animals, forever. Hit like, subscribe, and let's go. 8-year-old Lily had spent every morning of her family's holiday walking barefoot along the beach in Khao Lak, Thailand. Her mother sipped coffee nearby, and Lily, curious, fearless, waited eagerly for her favorite part of the day, riding Ning Nong, a young elephant trained to give gentle tours along the shoreline. He wasn't the biggest, or the strongest, but he was calm, playful, and oddly attentive. She'd stroke his ear, and he'd rumble softly, as if recognizing her touch. Locals said elephants remembered everything. To Lily, he just felt safe. The sand was warm, the air smelled of salt and fruit, and the world, at least here, seemed steady. There were no clouds, no wind, no signs. Nothing yet suggested that this peaceful routine would soon be broken by something no one could predict, but he would. And he'd do it in time. That morning, as Lily settled onto Ning Nong's back, something shifted. The air, once soft and fragrant, turned still, unnaturally quiet. The usual cries of seabirds fell silent. The elephant froze mid-step. His ears lifted, wide and alert, and his trunk stopped swaying. Then, without warning, he let out a low, pulsing sound deep in his chest. He turned sharply away from the beach path, his movements no longer playful but urgent. Lily clung to the rope, confused. From the resort behind them, no alarms, no shouts, just silence. Beneath his feet, the sand began to tremble faintly, almost like a whisper from below. No one saw it coming. But Ning Nong felt it. Something primal, instinctive. He started walking faster, not toward the sea, but inland. Away from everything familiar. Something was coming. And he knew. The path Ning Nong chose wasn't part of the usual ride. It led away from the beach, weaving through palms and uneven ground, toward a grassy incline. Lily tightened her grip, her smile now replaced with uncertainty. From below, the shoreline looked strangely empty, umbrellas toppled, a dog barked once, then vanished. The ocean itself had pulled back, exposing sharp rocks and wet sand like bones under skin. Some tourists wandered closer, puzzled by the vanishing tide. But Ning Nong didn't stop. His body tensed with every step, as if pushed by something unseen. Behind them, a low roar began to rise, distant, hollow, like wind through a tunnel, but heavier. Lily looked back over her shoulder. There was no wave in sight. But something deep inside that sound said, "Run." As Ning Nong climbed steadily inland, Lily's mother spotted them from the resort steps, far from the usual path. She started to follow, puzzled, then froze as she saw something in the distance, a thin, dark line at the horizon rising where the sea should be flat. A local guide nearby dropped his drink and shouted in Thai, pointing toward the ocean. Suddenly, the air was pierced by the first real human alarm. People began to run, but many were too close to the shore. The elephant, already ahead, was climbing faster now, his broad feet finding grip on the sloped terrain. Lily remembered what the trainer had once said, "If an elephant wants to leave, let him. He knows more than we do." That voice echoed now like a lifeline. Maybe Ning Nong wasn't panicking, maybe he was saving her. With the roar behind them swelling into a deafening thunder, Ning Nong broke into a full climb. His muscles strained, his breath quickened, but he didn't stop. The hill was steep, the path narrow, and Lily clung to his back as branches scraped her arms and dust filled the air. Below them, chaos erupted, screams, crashing wood, the deep growl of the wave swallowing everything in its path. For one heart-stopping moment, a tree collapsed just ahead, blocking the trail. The elephant paused only a second before turning sharply, carving a new path through brush and stone, forcing his way upward with raw strength. It wasn't clear if they'd outrun the surge, or if it was already beneath them. Every step was a gamble. Every second, a risk. But he never looked back. He just climbed. At the top of the hill, Ning Nong finally stopped. His sides heaved with exhaustion, his legs trembling from the climb. Lily slid down from his back, her knees shaking, her small hands still gripping the rope. Around them, the jungle stood eerily still, no birds, no voices, just the distant roar that had now faded into silence. Below, the sea was gone, replaced by a swath of destruction and dark water swirling over where the beach had been. Time stretched. Lily sat in the grass beside the elephant, leaning into his warm side. He didn't move. He just stood, listening. She didn't know if it was over. She didn't know if her mother had made it. All she could do now was wait, beside the one being who'd carried her through the unknown, without ever needing to explain why. A crackling voice broke through the stillness, a rescue worker shouting from below. Then another. Lily stood up fast, eyes wide, searching the slope. Footsteps, hurried and clumsy, crashed through the underbrush. And then, her mother, soaked, barefoot, crying, calling her name. They ran to each other and collapsed into an embrace that said everything words never could. Behind them, Ning Nong let out a deep, thunderous breath, almost like a sigh. The wave had missed them by minutes. The hill, the climb, the instinct, it had all been enough. Others weren't so lucky. But Lily was alive. Because of him. The elephant didn't need thanks. He simply turned his head toward the trees again, calm now, and waited. Just as he had always known how. Years later, Lily would tell the story over and over, at schools, in interviews, to her own children. Not about the wave, or the panic, but about the elephant who listened when no one else did. Ning Nong had no voice, no warning siren, no science. Just instinct, presence, and loyalty. And somehow, that was enough. That bond, quiet and ancient, had saved her life. After the tsunami, Ning Nong became a symbol of something greater, the silent wisdom of animals, the power of connection beyond words. Lily never forgot. And every time she heard the ocean or felt the earth tremble under her feet, she remembered his steady back, his sure steps, and the way he turned without hesitation. Some heroes don't wear uniforms. Some just know the way. Some stories stay with us, not because they were loud, but because they were true. A quiet elephant, a little girl, and a moment that changed everything. In a world full of noise, sometimes it's the silent wisdom of animals that saves us. If Ning Nong hadn't listened to something deeper that morning, this would have been a very different story. And maybe that's the question we all need to ask ourselves: would we have trusted him, or ignored the warning signs? Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, even just a little, please like, share it with someone you care about, and tell us in the comments, have you ever felt a moment where instinct knew more than logic? We read everything. And don't forget to subscribe, because there are more real stories like this, waiting to be told.